Day, everyone. Welcome to our Sirius webinar, August 2023. Today we will be discussing the importance of Sirius in the spiritual life of our planet. And of course, this affects us. So before we start, friends, let's do a very brief visualization so that we can enter into Master DK's consciousness. First, let us link up as a group. Raise your consciousness as high as you possibly can. Endeavor then to hold steady, holding the mind unwaveringly in the group light. Realize that on DK's side, he also stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. Then visualize ahead of us a disk or a sphere of indigo blue, a deep electric blue. Imagine Master DK standing in the center of that disk, waiting. And now see a band of golden light between us and the disk gradually shortening, thus bringing us closer together, slowly and steadily, until we enter into the heart of the blue disk. And let us sound one Om, as if now we were a group of souls in Master DK's studio in the center of that disk. Oh. While the topic of our presentation today is focused on Sirius, we need, however, to bear in mind that there are three basic energies coming from the three major conditioning constellations of the Great Bear, from Sirius and from the Pleiades, which flow into our solar system, but which act as one. So force flows into our solar system from three directions, via three channels: the Sun Sirius, the Pleiades, and the Great Bear. And way beyond our solar system, these basic energies affect our planet. They control and energize our solar system and pour through our three major planetary centers on Earth: Shambhala, hierarchy, and humanity, potently affecting all 4 kingdoms.
Sirius, the dog star. The star Sirius is located in the constellation of Canis Major. It is very bright, as it is about 25 times more luminous than our sun, and is only a mere 8.6 light years away from Earth. It is the brightest star visible from any part of the world, even though it's located in the southern hemisphere. The dog star, the great instructor of mankind. In the secret doctrine, Sirius was called the dog star. It was the star of Mercury or Buddha, called the great instructor of mankind. It is also commonly known as the dog star because it is the brightest star in the constellation Canis Major, which means the big dog in Latin. The old commentary refers to Sirius as the radiant sun of suns, a bright sun where shines the light of love. Sirius, the scorcher. The name Sirius means searing or scorching in Greek. The Greek word I found is kapsalistis. Sirius is called the scorcher because the power of love burns away all impurities and the limitations of lunar life. This role of Sirius is related to the thought that our God is a consuming fire. Mike Robbins. God is love, and God is a consuming fire. This fire, energized by love, has burnt out all personality qualities, leaving only a purified instrument, colored by the soul ray and no longer necessitating the existence of a soul body. Our God is a consuming fire. As the divine fiery nature of our solar logos emanates from Sirius, the soul of our solar logos.
There are 3 major groups of lives. For there are no kingdoms of nature, such as we possess. These groups receive all those who choose the 4th path and train them in the mode of existence and the type of livingness which is found on Sirius. This will make it plain to you that the least developed of the Sirian lives are, from our point of view, all of them initiates of very high degree. Evil, as we understand it, has absolutely no place on Sirius. No wonder, because it is a scorcher. It purifies. It burns away all impurities. Evil is being defined as simply the dominance of matter and the negation of the spiritual values, or pure materialism and selfishness. Let's now look at Sirius and cosmic love in our local universe. Sirius is the source of cosmic energy, and Gemini forms a point of entrance for cosmic energy from Sirius. Making Gemini one of the most important signs of the zodiac, as Gemini controls esoterically the heart of our solar system and thus controls the pulsation of life which sustains all that is. Gemini is therefore connected with the heart of the sun, the love of the whole. This cosmic energy is the source of Buddhi, or of cosmic love, as the Syrian logos is to our solar logos what the human ego is to the personality. Michael?
August, which is ruled by Leo, is the month of the dog star, or of Sirius, which thus brings Sirius into close relation to Leo. Leo, in the cosmic sense, and apart from our solar system altogether, is ruled by Sirius. The energy of Sirius also pours through Regulus, the heart of the lion. The influences of Sirius are focused in Regulus, which is a star of the first magnitude and which is frequently called the heart of the lion. Regulus is the brightest star in the constellation Leo and is also one of the brightest stars in the night sky. Regulus, the ruler. Leo is ruled by the sun, Ray 2, which rules the heart, and the heart transmits the ray of love, wisdom. The sun in Leo rules both the personality and the soul. The exceedingly bright star, one of the 4 royal stars, is Regulus, the ruler, the lawgiver, holding in its significance the thought that man can now be a law unto himself, for he has that within him, which is the king or the ruler. The word Regulus comes from the Latin rex, meaning king or ruler. At first, the coordinated, self-assertive, totalitarian, and powerful roaring lion, which creates havoc and sows fear in those around him, is the dominant personality. But in time, the king of beasts is crucified and defeated by the real beneficent king within, the loving soul. So cosmic love flows from Sirius to Leo, the heart of the lion, and to our solar system. Our sun is the triple ruler of Leo. The sun, Ray-2, rules Leo, both exoterically, personality, and esoterically, soul, as well as hierarchically, monad. Our sun, the heart, in the body of the cosmic logos, the one about whom naught may be said. Our sun is the embodiment of the heart or love aspect of the logos, who is himself the heart of one about whom naught may be said.
Now let's explore the connection between Sirius and our Earth. It might be considered by those with a sound sense of occult proportion that our tiny planet, with its planetary logos, one of the imperfect gods of the secret doctrine, would be too small to enter in the slightest way into the consciousness of that supreme illumined entity who is greater even than our solar logos. Such, however, is the case. There is a relationship of very ancient date between our Lord of the world, Sanat Kumara, and the Lord of Sirius. And this exists in spite of the fact that our planet is not a sacred planet. It might be added that our planet is, in the immediate cycle, rapidly passing out of this category, meaning out of being a non-sacred planet. On the inner planes, and subjectively, it's considered as a sacred planet. The effects of this transition from non-sacred to sacred have not fully demonstrated themselves objectively. The mystery of this relationship is partially revealed at one of the higher initiations. The recipients of this impression from members of the Great White Lodge on Sirius are the highest members of the Great Council, presided over by the Lord of the world himself. So subtle is this impression that these great lives can only receive it with accuracy when in full joint conference of the entire council, and also after due preparation. In fact, cosmic love from Sirius flows into the heart of our planetary logos. And we are told that a stream of energy coming from the sun Sirius enters directly into the hierarchy and carries with it the principle of Buddhi, of cosmic love. And this, in a mysterious way, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. The energy evoked in response to this relationship enters the hierarchy via the heart of the sun, that is, of the solar logos, creating, as a consequence, a triangle of spiritual energy of enormous potency. So you have, therefore, the triangle, Sirius, the heart of the sun, and hierarchy, the heart center of our planetary logos. Let's explore now Sirius and the law of freedom.
The law of freedom governs life on Sirius, as this unique and mysterious law governs the life and the lives upon Sirius. Sirian law of freedom influences our planet in particular. This divine principle represents an aspect of the influence which Sirius exerts on our solar system, and particularly on our planet. Three cosmic laws, only aspects of the law of freedom. The law of freedom is the law of which the three cosmic laws, the laws of synthesis, of attraction, and of economy, are only aspects. None of these three subsidiary laws imposes any rule or limitation upon the Lord of the world. The law of freedom, however, does impose certain restrictions. What is this mysterious law? The principle of freedom is a leavening energy, which can permeate substance in a unique manner. This principle of freedom is one of the attributes of deity, like will, love, and mind, that enables the life or spirit aspect to free itself from the impact, the contact, and the influence of substance. DK calls it pulling away from form.
Law of freedom and non-identification with form. It is the principle of freedom which enables Sanat Kumara to dwell on the earth and yet stands free from all contacts. The Lord of the world is not identified with the Maya which he has created and which has its purpose in eventually bringing about the release of the prisoners of the planet. To that Maya, he is supremely indifferent. And it is this divine indifference which has led to the great theological illusion of an anthropomorphic deity and to the belief in the East that our planet is but the background or the plaything of the gods. But far from it, the law of freedom is responsible for his being known as the great sacrifice. For under the control of this law, he created our planetary life and all that is within and upon it. In order to wield this law with full consciousness and with full understanding, and yet at the same time to bring release to the myriad forms of his creation. So what is this divine indifference? Well, DK defines it as the achieving of a neutral attitude towards that which is regarded as the not self. And all disciples need to acquire that divine indifference which leaves the soul free to serve, untrammeled by personality reactions, for that is what all solar plexus conditions basically are. In actual fact, being a cell in the body of the one in whom we move and have our being, this is also the goal for all humanity eventually. Sirius and the law of karma. The law of karma, the synthetic law of Sirius. There is an intermediate law, which is the synthetic law of the system of Sirius. This law is called by the generic term the law of karma, and really predicates the effect the Sirian system has on our solar system. Our solar system is governed by the Sirian law of karma. We have the great law of Sirius, the law of karma, on the third subplane of the cosmic mental plane, which law really controls our logos and his actions in the very same way as the ego in due course of evolution controls the human personality.
Our Earth is also governed by the Sirian law of karma. The laws of karma on our system are under the rule of a greater lord of karma on Sirius. We are governed by the Sirian lord of karma. For example, our planetary logos and we, in the body of him in whom we live and move and have being, are also under the Sirian law of karma. Law of karma, the synthetic law of Sirius. We have practically no effect on our parent system. For example, the Sirian system. The reflex action is so slight as to be negligible, but very definite effects are felt in our system through causes arising in Sirius. These causes, when experienced as effects, are called by us the law of karma. The Lipika lords of our system, the systematic lords of karma, are under the rule of a greater corresponding lord on Sirius. The lords of karma on the Maharajas work with the sons of men in the three worlds and through monastic principle. Sanat Kumara's karma. The Lord of the world decided to create this planet of ours for strictly redemptive purposes. Sanat Kumara is the divine prisoner of this planet, held here until the last weary pilgrim has found his way home. This is his heavy karma, making him the prototype of all world's saviors. A Syrian group of Astra Devas, agents of the lords of karma on our astral plane. These lords of karma from Sirius work on our systematic astral plane through a group of devas, who are the sum total of the astral light. They are the agents of the karmic lords, who are in themselves deva entities of an inconceivably advanced evolution, and who, in their own substance, 1. record, 2. produce effects from cause, and 3. direct force. Sirius Kama Manas, the cosmic astral plane, and the systemic astral plane make a close interlocking chain.
Sirius, hierarchy, and our planetary life. Two very important points were made earlier on. Sirius has a very close relationship with our planetary logos. So therefore, making Sirius a very important factor in the spiritual life of our planet. And secondly, that cosmic love from Sirius flows directly into the heart of our planetary logos. A stream of energy coming from the sun Sirius enters directly into the hierarchy and carries with it the principle of Buddhi, of cosmic love. The Sirian energy bypasses Shambhala, as energy from Sirius does not normally enter our planetary life via Shambhala. The work of hierarchy is controlled from Sirius. As a matter of fact, the entire work of the Great White Lodge, meaning hierarchy, is controlled from Sirius. The energies coming from the sun Sirius are related to the love aspect or to the attractive power of the solar logos to the soul of that great being. This cosmic soul energy is related to hierarchy. That is, cosmic love emanating from the great sun Sirius, the soul of our solar logos, flows through the logoic 12-petaled heart, the heart center of the cosmic logos, the one about whom naught may be said, and through to the planetary 12-petaled heart of our planetary logos, hierarchy. And to our solar angels on the higher subplanes of the mental plane.
Solar angels, hearts of fiery love, transmitters of cosmic love. Our solar angels are linked to the heart of the solar logos through their symbol, the 12-petaled lotus, which reveals their true characteristics. They are transmitters of cosmic love. These great redeeming angels, the units of the fifth hierarchy, are called the hearts of fiery love. They save through love. And in their turn, these lives are peculiarly close to the great heart of love of the solar logos. Origin of the solar angels, or the Agnishvatas. The Agnishvatas, the self-conscious principles, the builders or constructors of the egoic body on the higher mental levels, themselves originate from the logoic middle principle. The ultimate origin of the solar angels, a cosmic center. We know that cosmic love flows from the cosmic sun of suns, Sirius, into our solar system. And that during Pralaya, they, the Agnishvatas, are withdrawn as all else from manifestation and return to a cosmic center. And thus we can safely speculate that this cosmic center is Sirius. The Great White Lodge controlled from Sirius. The entire work of the Great White Lodge is controlled from Sirius, and the ashrams are subjected to its cyclic inflow. The higher initiations are taken under its stimulation, for the principle of buddhi, of pure love, wisdom, must be active in the heart of every initiate prior to the initiation of the great decision. This is the sixth initiation. It is therefore only initiates of the fifth, sixth, and higher initiations who can work consciously with the potent Buddhic livingness, which permeates all ashrams, though unrecognized by the average disciple. The energy of Sirius is focused in the hierarchy. Its effect is not felt until after the third initiation, though the masters use this energy whilst training disciples for the second, the fourth, and the sixth initiations.
On Sirius, masters of the fifth initiation are humble disciples. We are told that Sirius is the home of that greater lodge to which our fifth initiation admits a man and to which it brings him as a humble disciple. The sun Sirius is closely related to our planetary life. Now, much is known in the hierarchy about this connection, but the Sirian influence was not recognized, and little of it was definitely focused in the hierarchy until Christ came and revealed the love of God to humanity. He, meaning the Christ, is the expression par excellence of a Syrian initiation, and it is to that high place he will eventually go, no matter what duties or hierarchical obligations may take him elsewhere between that time and now. So Sirius will also be home to the bulk of humanity eventually. The majority of liberated humanity, and therefore a large number of the initiates who have to make decision, that is, at the sixth initiation, choose this way to the cosmic center. And to become a candidate in that lodge, the initiate of the third degree has to become a lowly aspirant with all the true and full initiations awaiting him within the sunshine of our major sun. So friends, you are looking at Sirius, our future home.
Sirius, the star of initiation. As we saw earlier, Sirius is the great star of initiation because our hierarchy, an expression of the second aspect of divinity, is under the supervision or spiritual magnetic control of the hierarchy of Sirius. How does the ageless wisdom define initiation? It is, first of all, the entering into a new and wider dimensional world by the expansion of a man's consciousness so that he can include and encompass that which he now excludes and from which he normally separates himself in his thinking and acts. It is, secondly, the entering into man of those energies which are distinctive of the soul and of the soul alone, the forces of intelligent love and of spiritual will. The heart center, the organ of distribution. The heart center is the organ for the distribution of hierarchical energy poured out via the soul into the heart center of all aspirants, disciples, and initiates. As the Bible says, the love of God is shed abroad in the human heart, and its transforming magnetic and radiatory power is essential for the reconstruction of the world and for the establishment of the new world order. The heart center, the agent of the soul of our planetary logos. It is that center, the heart, therefore, in the physical body through which the hierarchy works. It is the agent of the soul. When I hear use the word soul, I refer not only to the individual soul of man, but to the soul also of the planetary logos, both of which are the result of the union of spirit and matter, of the father aspect and the mother aspect. The heart center registers the energy of love. When the Antakarana has been finally constructed, the heart center becomes the agent for the spiritual love, buddhi. Syrian love is the basis for the substance of the next solar system. Then hierarchy and the solar angels, the hearts of fiery love, would have accomplished their work. Expanded Syrian love, the principle of buddhi, the principle found at the heart of every atom, and transmuted every cell in his body in a sphere of radiant glory, a blaze of fire and light, and a source of magnetic radiation. Then the sun in the heavens shine forth. The divine plan will thus be restored on Earth. Then the next solar system will start with the threefold spirit manifesting through substance, which is essentially distinguished by active, intelligent love.
Esoterically, Sirius is called the brilliant star of sensitivity. Scorpio is under the influence or inflowing energy of Sirius. This is the great star of initiation, esoterically called the brilliant star of sensitivity. Sirius, the star of sensitivity, governing the hierarchy. Scorpio is the great constellation which influences the turning point both in the life of humanity and the life of the individual human being. For the first time in the history of both mankind and disciples, the energy of Sirius pouring into the 7 groups which form our planetary hierarchy evokes a response. Behind the sensitive theme of the unfolding of the soul in the divine plan stands Sirius. Throughout the universe, it is the soul which is the conscious, sensitive theme of the divine plan. The soul as the animal soul, the soul as the human soul, and the soul as the ego or the spiritual soul on its own plane. There are 4 interlocking triangles potently affecting every kingdom in nature. The cosmic triangle, the Great Bear, Sirius, and the Pleiades. Pour 3 streams of energy into the zodiacal triangle, Leo, Pisces, and Capricorn, and through the systemic triangle made up of Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury. Mercury vitalizing the planetary triangle, Shambhala, humanity, and hierarchy. Therefore, stimulating humanity, the macrocosm of the lower kingdoms, therefore potently affecting every kingdom in nature. But if we look at the route that the love wisdom takes, it goes from Sirius to Pisces to Uranus and goes straight into hierarchy, and then in the heart center of the disciple, then distributed by the heart center to the solar plexus.
Behind man's first initiation lies the subtle influence of Sirius. The combination of the influences of Sirius, Leo, and Uranus has been much needed at this time to foster and to bring about those conditions which will enable mankind, under the steady influence of hierarchy, to take the first initiation and give birth to the Christ, thus revealing and bringing to the light of the day the inner hidden spiritual man. It is in Leo that man undergoes the preparatory stages of this first initiation. He finds himself and becomes self-conscious. Then he arrives at the stage of intelligent discipleship. Finally, he stands ready for the ordeal and the accolade of fire preceding the first initiation. At that final stage, humanity today stands. When, as is now the case, the influence of Uranus is added to the other influences, and the seventh day is at the same time entering into a major cycle of activity on Earth, there is then present the energy needed to precipitate the crisis of initiation and produce a great rhythmic awakening. Sirius and the New World Religion. Later, when the New World Religion is founded and is working, we shall find that the major monthly festival in August, held at the time of the full moon, will be dedicated to the task of making contact via the hierarchy with Sirian force.
Now let's explore Sirius and healing. Marilda?
Sirio y la sanación. La forma más elevada de sanación.
In
La
English,
curación
please.
radiatoria es la curación del alma.
Marilda,
La forma, yes.
in English, please.
Radiatory healing is soul healing, the highest form of healing where pure soul energy is poured in the vehicles of the patient.
Not yet. Just a minute. Okay, I'm going back one slide. Can you read that one? Sirius of Buddhi and the esoteric law
Yo no
7.
tengo esa lámina, Diana.
No,
Yo tengo.
you read it in English.
Yo tengo desde, bueno, entonces traduzco esta tal cual está.
Can you see slide 75 on my screen?
The
Marilda.
slide 75 I have, Nicole, it says the highest form of healing.
No, read the one that's on my screen now.
Okay, in English or in Spanish? In English.
In English, please. Thank you.
Okay. Law 7. When life or energy flows unimpeded and through right direction, its precipitation, then the form response and ill health disappear. Life refers to the life aspect or body, which the higher initiate uses energy, refers to soul energy for the soul-infused disciple. The healer works entirely with the life aspect. The perfect healer, something at present non-existent, works through the close and unsealed point within the center, the very heart of the center. There, the point of life is to be found. Highest form of healing. Radiatory healing is soul healing, the highest form of healing where pure soul energy is poured in the vehicle of the patient. It was in this way that Christ, a Syrian initiate, that embodiment of the cosmic ray of love and wisdom work. This is the objective that we, the esoteric healing faculties at Moria Federation, keep firmly in mind. We endeavor to be the distributing agents of the Syrian and hierarchical energy of love shed abroad in the human heart for the reconstruction of the world and for the establishment of the new world order and for the manifestation of a more definitely spiritual civilization.
So now let's distribute the Syrian energy of love as a group by visualizing the flow of unconditional love or the will to good emanating from the triangle Sirius, Leo, and our solar logos. Superimpose this emanating triangle on the triangle, the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Lord Buddha, powering the Christ, the head of hierarchy, at the center. Then superimpose the radiating triangle on another triangle consisting on the Christ, Master DK, and our soul group. Then superimpose these blended triangles on our group chakric triangle as we vitalize it. The group crown chakra, the group ajna, and the group alta major. Then directing the dispelling radiance via our group ajna, right eye, left eye triangle, by placing the blended triangle, impressing it over the three planetary centers triangle, London, Geneva, and New York. Let's see this very clearly in our mind. And see this living light being distributed through these three planetary centers to the rest of the world, to the heart center of humanity, of our fellow men. And we will sound one Om and see the sound carry the cosmic Syrian love from the hierarchy of light via the 3 planetary centers to the heart of humanity. And then say deliberately and slowly the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice as you believe in the results. May the love of the one soul focused in this group radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health.
Let us intone the powerful first and second invocations as a group soul, saying them with intensity of feeling, in unison with hierarchy on the inner planes, as we grasp their significance and believe that they embody the will of the planetary logos. Let the forces of light bring illumination to mankind. Let the spirit of peace be spread abroad. May men of goodwill everywhere meet in a spirit of cooperation. May forgiveness on the part of all men be the keynote at this time. Let power attend the efforts of the great ones. So let it be, and help us do our part.
Let the lords of liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to the sons of men. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, Almighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may they stand with mass intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth. The end of war has come. Come forth, Almighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, Almighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The activate of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, O Mighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end.
Just in turn, the third initiation given in 1945. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. See a shaft of light coming down on earth as you sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth, and see a stream of love pouring down on earth as you sound a blue Om. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And see a stream of will to good pouring from Shambhala on earth as we sound a blue Om. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Now raise your clasp hands above the head and say, and so let it be, and help us to do our part. Then bring the energies to your forehead and let them rest on your heart, so that your heart can radiate that will to good to the environment, to your friends, to your family, to your community around you. So let the power of the soul radiate from your heart